Imagine being stripped of your hard-earned points and facing a penalty, only to have it overturned after a grueling review process. This is exactly what happened to Carlos Sainz, who had his penalty points removed for the collision between him and Liam Lawson at the Dutch Grand Prix. But here's where it gets interesting. Williams, Sainz's team, had to fight tooth and nail to get the decision reversed. The team's petition for a right of review was successful, and the stewards ultimately agreed that the incident was a racing incident, not a fault of Sainz's. So, how did Williams manage to argue their case so effectively? It all started when Williams confirmed their intent to lodge a petition for a right of review before the Italian Grand Prix. The team was adamant that Sainz was not at fault for the collision, and they were determined to prove it. The hearing brought together representatives from Williams, Racing Bulls, and the FIA stewards from the Dutch Grand Prix. Williams presented new camera footage from Sainz's car, as well as the rear-facing camera from Lawson's car, which showed that Lawson had a momentary loss of control, resulting in the collision. Sainz's own testimony was also presented, which backed up the footage and showed that he was not to blame for the incident. The stewards acknowledged that these new elements were significant and relevant to the incident. And they agreed to rescind the 2 penalty points awarded to Sainz. However, the 10-second time penalty imposed upon Sainz was not removed, as the stewards said they had no power to remedy that served time penalty by amending the classification. But here's the thing, the time penalty didn't have any impact on Sainz's result. Regardless, the gap to the car ahead on track was 17 seconds, making the penalty essentially meaningless. Williams was thrilled with the outcome, saying they were grateful to the stewards for reviewing the decision, and pleased that they had decided Sainz was not at fault. The team also acknowledged that mistakes are part of motor racing, and that they would continue to work constructively with the FIA to improve stewarding processes and review the racing rules for the future. And this is the part most people miss. The fact that the stewards agreed with Williams's characterization of the collision as a racing incident, but also said that no driver was wholly or predominantly to blame for the collision. Sainz contributed to the incident by taking the risk to drive close to and on the outside of Lawson. But Lawson's momentary loss of control was the primary cause of the collision. So what does this mean for the future of racing? Should drivers be more cautious when driving close to each other? Or is it just a natural part of the sport? We want to hear from you. Do you think the stewards made the right decision? Or do you think Sainz was to blame for the collision? Let us know in the comments. The controversy surrounding this incident is sure to spark some heated debates, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts. But one thing is for sure, this decision will have a significant impact on the world of racing, and we'll be keeping a close eye on how it all plays out.